You've probably heard of Discord. It's one of the most popular messaging apps in existence. Within just 6 years of launch, it went from 0 to 300 million registered users, achieving an eye-watering valuation of $15 billion. Discord is now one of the most visited sites in the world. It's had insane growth in a very short amount of time. But, as we're about to see, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. In fact, scratch the surface and things aren't quite as they seem. Now, when the app first came out, it filled a massive gap in the market. You see, back then, if you were a gamer playing online, it was very difficult to communicate with other gamers in real time. But Discord changed all of that. Their app provided gamers with a really clever way to organize chats through servers and channels, making communication really simple and easy. And this ability to create communities around any topic or game, not to mention their cutting-edge messaging features, is precisely why Discord became so popular among gamers. That, plus the fact that Discord is completely free to use, has no ads, and promises to not sell any user data. Now, people quickly realized how genius Discord's community organization method really was, and they realized that its use could be extended to communities beyond the gaming world as well. This is why in recent years, Discord has moved away from being a gamers-only platform. You'll find all sorts of private and public communities on Discord, from stock trading to traveling, fitness, art, music, history, anything you can think of likely has a Discord community, which explains its popularity and its valuation. Now, in today's digital age, one of the biggest issues all tech companies face is data security. With hundreds of millions of people now trusting Discord with their personal data, it's worth reviewing how Discord is handling your sensitive information. And what I've found might just make you stop using Discord forever. And it all links back to the founder, Jason Cintron. You see, before Jason founded Discord, he had another company called OpenFaint. He started OpenFaint back in 2008, and similar to Discord, it was aimed at gamers, or more specifically, game developers. If you had a game and you wanted to add social features, for example, you wanted your game to have a multiplayer mode where your users could connect, make friends, and compete with each other, well, sure, you could lock yourself in a dark room for hundreds of hours and code it yourself, or you could use OpenFaint's tools and have everything up and running within minutes. Unsurprisingly, the company did well, and within 3 years of launch, a Japanese company called Gree ended up buying it for $104 million, making Jason a multi-millionaire by the age of 26. But then came the class action lawsuit. OpenFaint was accused of collecting a ton of sensitive information from its users, information it had no business collecting, like users' device identifiers, household income, education level, browser history, and even their GPS location. And then it sold all of this private data about its users to third parties. But while the lawsuit itself was dropped and never made it to court, what you should take away from this is that Discord is currently being run by someone who, in the past, has had no problem collecting people's private and sensitive data without their consent, and then selling it to the highest bidder. Not a very comforting thought, is it? Well, that's just the tip of the iceberg. But before we dive into all that's going on, let's talk about what kind of data Discord collects about its users in the first place. According to Discord's privacy policy, Discord collects two types of information: information that users volunteer, and information that Discord collects automatically. The information you volunteer includes things like your account information, your email address, password, phone number, birthday, bank account information, and basically anything else you've provided Discord with while creating your account. Additionally, Discord collects data on all servers, channels, or communities you're part of, the friends you add, the voice messages and attachments you send, and basically anything you click on while using their app. The information that Discord collects on its own includes things like your device's IP address, your operating system information, your activities on other websites, and even your browser information. That's a lot of data being collected, especially when we learn about Discord's data security issues. But I'll get to that shortly. The worst part is, unlike other messaging apps, like WhatsApp for example, Discord chats are not end-to-end encrypted. This is a huge problem, because it means that if hackers intercept your messages, they can easily read through everything you've ever sent without needing a decryption key. And yes, that includes all the sensitive information you shared without really thinking about it. This applies not just for personal uses, but businesses as well. Discord is packed with so many features that the app is now directly competing with giant workspace apps like Microsoft Teams and Slack, which means that many businesses are using Discord for their internal communication. And again, since Discord's chats are unencrypted, these businesses are at serious risk of hackers intercepting their internal messages and getting access to sensitive business or customer information. But as concerning as that is, it's not just hackers that pose a threat to your privacy on Discord. There is another, not so obvious threat residing right inside Discord's own headquarters: Discord's Trust and Safety Team. I know, ironic, right? Discord's Trust and Safety Team is responsible for ensuring that Discord communities abide by the company's terms and conditions, and they've been given elevated privileges to impose restrictions on communities that don't do so. This sounds fair, but don't forget, these aren't bots or algorithms, they're real people. People who, it turns out, frequently misuse their power and privileges for personal interest. Now, granted, this is a risk that accompanies all social media companies with a trust and safety team. But the reason I'm mentioning this here is that Discord's trust and safety team is particularly notorious for repeatedly abusing its power over users. They've been known to ban user accounts as a quote-unquote joke, and they've been known to protect communities from being banned, even where they break Discord rules. There was even a case where a member of Discord's trust and safety team handed over the custom URL of an older community to a new rival community, just because he was affiliated with the rival community. So, yeah, it seems that the very team that's been hired to make Discord a safer place is one of the biggest reasons why Discord is not safe for its users. Again, I know, super ironic. And as this whistleblower revealed, this threat goes even deeper. You see, Discord's trust and safety team has one particular privilege that's really concerning, especially in light of everything we've discussed so far. The team has the ability to read your chats if one of your messages is reported. Now, it doesn't matter whether there's a good reason for your message to be reported. As long as somebody has reported it, Discord's team will be able to read that message. And not just that, they'll be able to go through your entire chat history while doing so. Discord says that this is so the team has context for the reported messages, but it's not difficult to see how this power can be abused by Discord's safety team. They can literally see anything you've ever sent: private messages, passwords, bank details, personal photos, everything is at risk here. And to make things worse, Discord's app developers seem to be equally sloppy, because in 2020, a bug was discovered that allowed users to edit anyone's messages on Discord. No hacking needed. By sending the server a custom API request, a super simple thing to do, you could edit any message that anyone had sent. It's not hard to see how this bug could have been exploited. Imagine waking up one morning to see that you've been sharing racist, sexist, or illegal content, and those screenshots have just been forwarded to your employer. Scary thought, right? Now, this particular bug was quickly fixed once disclosed, but it's worrying to think how many people may have been affected by this before it was finally flagged. More to the point, how many other serious bugs have we been exposed to? We'll probably never find out, but this just goes to show that your data is at risk from all directions at Discord. Now, I wish I could say that Discord's data security issue ends here, but unfortunately, that's not true. We actually haven't even gotten to the main event yet. You see, Discord is completely free to use, runs no ads, and claims that it doesn't sell any user data. So how does it make money then? Well, it turns out that Discord only has one source of revenue, and it's something called Discord Nitro, which allows paying users to have faster uploads, custom emojis, and special badges. The basic version of Nitro is currently priced at about $3 a month, while the advanced version is priced at about $10 a month. In 2022, Discord only generated a total of $428 million in revenue, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not for a company as big as Discord. They actually suffered a loss that year, and the same thing happened the year before that, and the year before that. In fact, Discord has never actually made a profit, ever. I know, it's insane to think about. So, if Discord has never made a profit, yet doesn't charge a subscription fee, run ads, or sell any user data, and it doesn't seem to have any long-term plans to generate more revenue streams, then how is the company valued at $15 billion? Well, that in itself isn't really uncommon. A lot of tech companies operate under huge losses for years and years on end, all the while focusing on building a massive user base. Then, when the company is large enough, they end up selling the company to the highest bidder, generating tons of wealth for the company's owners. Instagram, WhatsApp, YouTube, Skype, and Twitch are all examples of companies that have done the same thing. And that's precisely what Discord's doing too. They're making flirtatious eyes at potential investors, and it seems to be working. In 2021, Microsoft offered to buy Discord for $12 billion. $12 billion. Remember, we're talking about a company that has never made a cent of profit and whose only monetization strategy is charging users to send custom emojis. Yet Jason declined the offer, and I think he was pretty smart to do so, because he knew Discord could be worth a lot more in the years to come. But here's the worrying thing. When the day comes that Discord is inevitably sold, all of Discord's user data will also be handed over to the company that acquires it. This is how Discord will sell your data without technically selling your data, by disguising the deal as selling the business off. If this sounds like a conspiracy theory to you, take a look at Discord's carefully worded privacy policy. It starts off with some really reassuring promises about how Discord cares about your privacy and how it would never sell your data off anywhere. It's only when you scroll down that you realize that Discord is playing on technicalities here. Right below all of these promises of keeping your data secure, Discord mentions that it does pass on users' data to third-party contractors like advertisers. What's the point of not selling any user data if advertising firms are going to get a hold of that information anyway? And if you scroll further, you'll see that this problem goes much deeper. Discord also mentions that it shares its users' information with related companies like parents, affiliates, subsidiaries, and other companies in control or ownership of Discord. This connects back to the data security risk we were discussing earlier. If another company ends up buying Discord, all of Discord's user data, and there's a lot of it, will be handed over to the new Discord parent company. What the privacy policy also tells us is that Discord also currently shares its users' information with companies that have invested in Discord. So, who's invested so far? And where exactly is user data being sent? Well, what I've found may just be the biggest data security issue we've discussed so far. You see, Discord has had many key investors over the years, including Spark, Index Ventures, Greylock Partners, and more. But there's one name on this list that rings some serious alarm bells. The Chinese technology company Tencent. Tencent is best known for its online messaging platform WeChat, which has over 1.2 billion active users. The company started off as a Chinese government mobile network provider, but then expanded into the world of video games and direct messaging, and now they seem to be taking over the entire world. As of May 2023, the company is valued at over an eye-watering $424 billion, and in recent years, it's been expanding beyond gaming companies and buying up stakes in many of America's largest tech giants, including Discord. This means that, like every other Chinese company, Tencent has to play by rules imposed by the Chinese Communist Party, and the rule that concerns us most is that all Chinese companies are required to send their data to the CCP to help Chinese intelligence, which, it could be argued, effectively means Tencent are aiding the Chinese intelligence service in gathering data from worldwide users. This is the same reason why Huawei, the popular phone manufacturing company, was banned in the US, and why, more recently, TikTok seems to be in hot water too. All this is to say, if you've ever used Discord, all of your personally identifiable information, all of your passwords, all of your chats, and all of your secrets could be in the hands of the Chinese government, which, given China's surveillance and human rights record, should be a concern for everybody. This is precisely why Tencent being one of Discord's key investors is such a big deal. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, what can I do to stop Discord from using my data? You might be considering turning off the data collection toggles in the settings, or maybe even deleting your account altogether. But unfortunately, it's not that simple. You see, even after you turn off data collection on Discord, incredibly, the company continues to collect data and send it to their servers. But, quote, we tell our servers to not store these events. Surely it would be easier to just not collect the data in the first place, right? So now you might consider deleting your Discord account altogether. But that won't help much either, at least not in the case of information Discord has already collected on you, because Discord doesn't actually wipe out your information from its servers after you delete your account. Instead, it changes your username to deleted user, but it retains every message you've ever sent, which goes to show how hypocritical Discord really is. On the surface, it pretends to prioritize the safety of your data, but in reality, it's actually one of the most unsafe apps for your personal information. So, the next time you think about sharing any personal information on Discord, I hope you'll think long and hard about which hands your information will end up reaching. If you like this investigation, please show your support by hitting the subscribe button, and check out this video next,